I guess, predictable result would be about the way to say that. In the meantime, though, Mr. Houston has the rundown of race 7.
Results are official. 7th race. Number 1, Cody Hanover, 2. Number 2, Can Be Perfect, 3. Number 3, Snow Moon, 4. Number 4, Elver Hanover, the winner. Number 5, Rock Smart, 6. Number 6, McFreely, 5. Top down, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, 5 on the bottom of the mile. 151, 1/5 to the winner's circle. Winning driver Chris Page with Wendy Ross.
Well, thank you very much, Roger. Joining me is driver Chris Page. Chris, you've been knocking on the door throughout the day today. You finally get here to the winner's circle with a colt that's special to you, Elver Hanover.
Yeah, I haven't fared too well today in photos, but it's all right. Yeah, Elver, like I said, he's taken me places I never thought I'd go. Perfect 8 for 8 this year. He's had actually a really good sophomore year. It's tough to be perfect, but he was pretty good today.
He certainly put you in all the big events and racing well, like you said, not being able to go with the top colts, but I think he's still impressive, and he never embarrasses himself and always shows up for you.
Yeah, he still's got a few big stake engagements left in the season. I don't think we've seen his best yet this year, so if we can sharpen him up just a smidge more, I think he'll be a top contender.
Chris, you're an Ohio native, an Ohio boy. You live right here in Delaware, Ohio. How's it feel to get to the winner's circle here on Jug Day?
Oh, it feels great anywhere you're at, but winning never gets old, especially when you're here on your home track.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Wendy.
Winning driver, Chris Page.
All right, Wendy, thank you very much. And as we head to another commercial timeout, here's some big breaking news in the world of harness racing. It was announced today that Tall Dark Stranger will stand at the conclusion of his racing career at Hanover Shoe Farms. Check out ustrotting.com for the further information. Congratulations to those connections. Break time here at the Delaware County Fair. Race 8 up next, another Buckeye Stallion series, so we're going to make Steve Bateson stay with us. We hope you stay with us. We'll be right back in a moment.
Today, the world looks a little different. Between face mask and no in-person events, it seems like we're missing out on everything. Even the Little Brown Jug. We might not be along the track cheering, but the horses are still off and pacing. And Absolute Impressions, the company you have trusted for your Brown Jug merchandise, has your 2020 commemorative apparel. So no matter where you are, you can place your order from your mobile device or computer. Go to littlebrownjug.com and purchase Jug History.
Ladies and gentlemen, just as we like to harness the power of the Buckeye, you too can harness all the racing excitement.
Can we get out of this thing yet?
No.
Oh, I can hardly breathe.
Okay, fine.
Oh, lucky I'm the head.
I don't feel lucky at all.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Own a little and love it a lot. That is the hashtag and slogan of the Stable.ca. We thank them for their support of the Little Brown Jug. And Anthony McDonald got to visit the Winner's Circle the long way yesterday, by the way. We'll tease him about that a little bit later on. Here's another birthday wish. This comes from Tony. If you have time, could you give a shout out to Jim Postal? It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Jim. Then we get watching your great show on RTN from Germany. Captain Treacherous's second crop, led by Party Girl Hill, and favorites in today's Little Brown Jug, Catch the Fire and Warrawee Vital. Arguably, the captain has surpassed his sire, Sun Beach Somewhere, in just 2 crops. Actually, captain has 4 sons today and 2 daughters yesterday. Not often you see that in a young sire's second crop. Have fun, and thanks. And thanks to you, Craig, for your note. We're glad you're enjoying the coverage over there in Germany. Didn't even know they had RTN in Germany.
Nice.
But I guess computers work everywhere, right?
I got
guarantee you Dave knows that there is.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Speaking of RTN, you know, they're one of our supporters at the Meadowlands too. They help us out with one of our handicapping segments. There's no easier way to actually watch the races at home. You get a little subscription. It doesn't cost a whole lot. So visit rtn.tv.com to check that out. This way you'll have total access at all
every
the times.
track, all the time, right?
Because I know I've been asked at least 1,000 times in the last couple of weeks, as probably you have, Dave. How do we watch the races? Well, it's a little complicated, but hopefully you've found a way to tune into us, or at least to the OHHA Facebook Live, and explain that to us and how that's come about.
So if you got a Facebook account, all you need to do is go to the Ohio Harness Horsemen's page, and you'll be able to click on live video, and you can watch today's broadcast. Barry Vickroy happens to be been on the show, Frank Frost, Tom Pye. You can watch any of the affairs from earlier this year, rebroadcast, and they're doing a fine job broadcasting today as well.
Our thanks to you, because I've been tuned in right from the beginning when we were watching some qualifiers, but this has to be just an overwhelming success.
It has been an overwhelming, almost too overwhelming. Simply, we now have expectations of like a ESPN crew, and when the broadcast doesn't go as well, like the Wi-Fi goes down or somebody hits a telephone pole and they lose power, people start to complain. But overwhelmingly this week, I've had more compliments about the OHHA staff and how well that's been, and it's really helped people get through a difficult summer to be able to watch their horses race at the county fairs.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful job that you've done. And again, each and every member of that team, they have worked their butts off to get these shows on the air, I guess is the way to say it.
Well, we had a conversation, I believe, on Sunday with Barry, and he was talking about a track in southern Ohio that's kind of famous called Rock Springs, and Barry was pretty quick on his feet. He said, I think that's on video. And later that night, he sends a link to Mr. Brower and says, look at this, and you can see what a unique track that is.
Wow, that was unbelievable to watch. I've been to some places, but nothing quite like that, Dave.
I got a number of shout-outs as well. People are pouring in. A lot of people watching today, obviously. Happy birthday, first off, to Peyton Loney, Brian Loney's boy. Sweet 16 today for him. He'll be driving cars and horses probably here before too long.
I would imagine.
Also, Billy Johnson, the thoroughbred agent that checks in every jug year, is watching. I believe he said he might have been, I don't know if he's a Mountaineer or Thistledown. Also, Mike D'Addario, one of our top fans at Northfield, having some surgery today, hoping he's doing well as well. And there's a huge party breaking out on Northfield backstretch, and we'll probably have
socially distanced, I hope.
Extra security there.
Yeah.
Probably needed shortly.
Would Miss Amy Holler be a part of that?
I think she probably is. Wyatt Irvine, Darryl Wright out among others.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, there you see the 8th race. 3-year-old filly pacers in this Buckeye Stallion Series division stepping out onto the racetrack from the back paddock. There's the bugle. Afterwards, we'll talk to driver Matt Kikaly.
Horses are on the track for the Sugar Valley Farm Post Parade. 8th race, Buckeye Stallion Series, 3-year-old filly pacers. Number 1, Corner Pocket with Chris Page. Number 2, Sweet Tease and Brett Miller. Number 3, Maybe Magic, David Miller, the driver. Number 4 is Passam Hill with Dexter Dunn. Number 5, Will Parade Last. Number 6, Crown Time Pet, the driver, Ronnie Wren Jr. And number 7, McKella, Hunter Myers. And last to the track, the 5, Narina Hanover with driver Tyler Smith. Win, play, show, perfecta, try, superfecta wagering. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
Thank you very much, Roger. The 7 3-year-old fillies out onto the racetrack here. Now it's our pleasure to welcome in a big part, integral part of the Burke Brigade driving team. It's Matt Kikaly. Matt, thanks for sticking around. I know you don't have too much work left here today. We'll talk about that horse a little bit later, but how's your jug week been?
A lot different, that's for sure.
Explain that. Tell everybody what you were feeling when you drove through that Route 23 gate for the first time this week.
You know, I usually rent a camper, and me and my family, you know, we camp out for like 5 days, and this year we didn't do any of that. We got a hotel down by Polaris instead, and we've been going to dinner and, you know, went to the zoo yesterday, so it's a lot different than normal, that's for sure.
Well, at least you got some family activities in, but other than that, you know, you sound almost a little down about it. I mean, we all are, but
yeah, it's not the same. You know, we always look forward to the Jug. It's you know, one of the greatest weeks of the year for us, and see everybody, and you know, we still get to see everybody, but there's no hanging out, no partying after the races, and you know, nothing like that.
And unfortunately, that's usually where we have the most fun, but we'll have to wait a little bit later on for that. Hey, listen, I say that you are an integral part of the Burke Brigade here. You've been friends with Ronnie and driven a lot of their horses over the years. Tell us how that relationship began.
Yeah, no, it was a long time ago. I was just a kid. I got my license in Pompano, and you know, Mickey Sr., he was looking for someone to go to Northfield, and I was looking to get out of Pompano and, you know, try to get a shot anywhere I could, and you know, it just kind of worked out. You know, I went to Northfield and stuff like that, and at the beginning it wasn't very good. You know, I wasn't sure it was going to work out. I'm sure Ronnie says the same thing, but obviously you know, I got a little bit better. I turned the corner, and we've been you know, teaming up ever since.
Let me ask you about your drive there in the 7th race, the last race here. You had in post 5 with Rock Smart. You knew you were going to be a little bit of a long shot. Your stablemate, Elver Hanover, was inside of you. How frustrating is it for a driver when you know no matter what happens, you're going to get a tough trip?
You know, it's just part of the game. It's a part of the draw, and you know, hopefully it doesn't happen too often. But you know, I've never driven that horse. I didn't really know too much about him. You know, obviously Elver was the best horse in the race, so you know, we just tried to get some money, and it didn't really work out.
In the 13th race today, one of the star attractions, that Ohio Breeders' Championship for the Glamour Boy Pacing Colts and Geldings there. We all know about Ocean Rock. We all know about Stanford Court. You're going to be sitting right behind them with number 2, Mr. Wiggle It. This one coming off a nice confidence-building win, albeit at a lower level. Chris Page drove that day. Will you ask Chris about this horse, or will you just let Ronnie tell you about him?
You know, I'll ask both of them. You know, Ronnie will tell me whatever he wants to tell me about him and what I need to know, and I'll just ask Chris his point of view about the horse and stuff like that, just to you know, just to get both sides of the, you know, what they think of a horse.
Okay, I'd like to ask you about, I want to call it one of your star performers throughout the summer. American Courage, who was so looked forward to that final of the New York Sire Stakes at Yonkers a couple of weeks ago. He did not have a good night, and I don't know how you want to phrase it, but tell us what you think happened and what that horse's future may or may not be.
You know, that was really, really disappointing for me, you know, obviously, but I felt worse for Travis and Elena, because that horse he's a special horse, and people are going to hear from that horse next year. But you know, I guess he AFibbed, and it's something that happens, you know, time to time, every once in a while with certain horses, and I guess he's one of those certain horses. But it was disappointing. I'm really, really like high on that horse, and I know he's going to be heard from next year. I know Travis will have him staked up, and he's going to get his chance, and you know, hopefully that doesn't ever happen again. But you know, he's a special horse for sure.
Hey Matt, it's Wendy.
Hey.
So on a lighter note, how cool is the Columbus Zoo?
The Columbus Zoo is very nice.
No, it's so great, right?
Yeah,
Did you even get through it?
We try to go every year, actually, the
Okay.
last couple of years with Ariana, and last year we went and we fed the giraffes and stuff like that. So she, you know, she adores it.
Yeah, you talk about feeding the giraffes. I've went there and I've done it. You get lettuce or leaves of some sort, and you get it, and they literally take it right out of your hand. And
it's cool.
Giraffes have the longest tongue I've ever seen in my entire life, so it is cool. And yeah, but that's nice that you guys get to do that. At least something nice came from the trip out.
Absolutely.
Hey Matt, welcome back to Ohio. You did get a little bit of a nice welcome. I saw a little clip of you and Annie were able to spend some time with Amy Holler as a little bit of a stopover, and it was a little sobering knowing that you weren't going to have maybe the get-togethers that you normally have, but it is nice when you get back in Northeast Ohio. You've got some great long-standing friends, and it's great to see you come back to Ohio.
Yeah, I do. I have some really good friends up there. We went over for dinner. Tessa Coran is one of Annie's best friends, and she went over for dinner. And one of my best friends, J.P. Perry, he was there. We went golfing the next day, so it was just great to see them. They usually come down here to see us and spend a couple days with us, but we had to do it the other way this year.
Now, I can't end this interview without a nice positive note. I want to take you back to 2015, Matt, a very special Wednesday afternoon there. You won the Jugette with Sasa Hanover for Mr. Burke here. What are your memories of that day?
That was a great day. You know, she had the outside. Yannick picked off of her in her elimination, and she had the outside. And I mean, the race couldn't have went any better. I think we were third over, and the horse first over cleared at the 3/4, and then the horse second over cleared in the last turn. That left me first over in the stretch, and she won easy. And then in the final, she drew the rail, and you know, I got a nice breather, and she just jogged. And you know, that was a great day. It was a great feeling. It's definitely a highlight.
Now I finally got you smiling at least a little bit. That was my goal to end this interview. Little Brown Jug, Delaware County Fair. You've been coming here for a long time. Lots of special memories. What can we look forward to, Matt Kakaley, on the rest of the Grand Circuit into the fall and up to the Breeders' Crown?
Yeah, I'll be in Lexington. You know, I'm looking forward to that. I got Dorsadoro tomorrow at Hoosier, so you know, I got a couple horses I'm really looking forward to driving, and hopefully they're going to hit all the stops.
Well, Matt, we gave a big shout out to the Wingfield 5 for their colt Dorsadoro Hanover, so you know what it's like to be in the Little Brown Jug. That was a great colt for you.
He was. He's a good horse still. He's special to me.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for taking a little bit of time. Good luck with that one later drive today. Maybe you will get that lucky inside trip from Post 2. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Matt Kakaley. Always a pleasure to speak to him during a week like this, and hopefully, like I said, we ended that interview on a smile. I got a little bit of a smile out of him. All right, race 8 up next. We are in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Good battle for the points here. Narina Hanover leads the points list heading into that final. Who's second? Number 1, Corner Pocket, co-owned by driver Chris Page. This should be a good one.
Three-year-old filly pacers all in behind the Wepkenberg starting gate on the upper turn. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. And pacing for the lead, Narina Hanover on the outside. Corner Pocket hits away second. Racing third, Sweet Tease into the turn. Fourth, Maybe Magic around the turn. Passam Hill fifth. Sixth is Crown Time Pet, and McKella trails the field. Down the backside, go on to the first quarter mark. Page 1 in the front, and he's got it with Corner Pocket as Tyler Smith tucks in second with Narina Hanover at the quarter and 27-4. Into the turn they go. Sweet Tease racing third. Maybe Magic is fourth. Around the turn they go. Racing fifth is Passam Hill. Sixth, Crown Time Pet. And the trailer McKella. Straight alignment as they race into the lane. First time coming to the halfway point. Corner Pocket has the lead by a length and a half. Narina Hanover right there second. Here comes Maybe Magic and the Buckeye up on the outside first up. Halfway home in 57-1. Following the cover on the outside, Passam Hill now fourth. Sweet Tease fifth. Sixth on the outside, Crown Time Pet. The trailer McKella. Down the backside, we got 3 in and 4 out. Go on to the 3/4 mark. Corner Pocket the leader. Maybe Magic is there second. Passam Hill third. Racing fourth. The end of the turn, Crown Time Pet. 3/4, 125-2. Around the final turn, it's Corner Pocket and Chris Page fighting to hang on. The outside, Maybe Magic is there second. 3 wide off the turn will be Passam Hill. Looking for some daylight. It's Crown Time Pet. 1/8 of a mile to go. Closing on the outside, Passam Hill. Inside Corner Pocket. Corner Pocket. Late pace, Crown Time Pet. On the inside. Photo for win. Tight photo for win in the 8th.
I guess I would define that as a very slick drive by Ronnie Wren Jr.
He used the passing lane that they don't have here in Delaware.
Let's hope he stayed outside those pylons as well. But look at him right here, guys. On the backstretch, he's going to end up in a 3rd over position. But as number 5, Narina Hanover, begins to gap the pocket, look at the move he makes right here. He slides right to the inside. Now, this is a dangerous move because you never know if you're going to get out here in Delaware, Ohio. But in this particular case, he's going to get a little bit lucky. At the top of the stretch, we've got 3 noses across the racetrack, and there's Ronnie Wren Jr. crying out for room. He was good with that pylon. He was good with that one. And Chris Page is going to drift out just enough. Good surge here. 6, 4, 1, 3 under the wire, I do believe.
Oh, that's tight.
That's very tight.
We've been giving the edge to the
I
inside
didn't think
all
it was
week.
that tight till just then.
Yeah. We'll wait for it. There it is.
They're showing the
6, 4, 1, 3. We've got an upset in the top 2 positions, a 13-1 shot, a 14-1 shot, and 6-5. Crown Time Pet with the slick drive for trainer Tom Blankenship here. Shipped down from Dayton into the Buckeye Stallion Series. He had one prior start, Steve, and he won at Scioto. So we got another big price.
Yep, big price. That might be enough to secure a race into the final.
All right, in the meantime, back to the Sugar Valley Farms winner's circle. Here's Crown Time Pet, the 3-year-old filly, with Ronnie Wren Jr.
Into the Sugar Valley Farm winner's circle. Number 6, Crown Time Pet. Jason Shumway, Plain City. First up, Racing Stable, Beach City, Ohio. Tom Blankenship, the trainer. Ronnie Wren Jr. in the sulky. 3-year-old filly by Pet Rock at a Crown Time Norton. 155. Crown Time Pet and Ronnie Wren Jr. heading to the winner's circle.
All right, there's Crown Time Pet, the filly of our trainer Tom Blankenship, Jason Shumway, in the first up racing stable of Beach City, Ohio. Career win number 7 and start number 40. So a durable filly here. That's a lot of starts.
Quite a few starts. She had 17 starts last year, made 24,000. This win today will put her up over 35,000. Tom Blankenship used to work for the OHHA as a track rep for Scioto Downs and Lebanon Raceway. So congratulations again to Tom Blankenship.
If you had these numbers, 6, 4, 1, 3, then you're going to get healthily paid off. Number 6, Crown Time Pet, 28.80, 15.80, and 6.60. 4, Passam Hill, 14 even and 6 even. The one corner pocket, $3. The $1 Perfecta 6-4, $112.60. The 50-cent trifecta 641, $183.45. And how about that superfecta for half a buck? 6413 will get you back $945.30. For the official order of finish of race 8, here is Roger.
In the 8th race, the win. The one horse, Corner Pocket, 3. Number 2, Sweet Tease, 5. The 3, Maybe Magic, 4. The 4, Passam Hill, 2. Number 5, Narina Hanover, 6. Number 6, Crown Time Pet, the winner. Number 7, McKella, 7. Top down, 3, 5, 4. 2, 6, 1. 7 on the bottom of the mile, 155. 9th race. The Standardbred 2-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, $47,006. Mike Wilder on the 2, Sir Jesse. Scratch the 7, Flimstein, due to sickness in the 9th. Win, play, show, Perfecta try, Superfecta wagering. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
There you see that photo finish, and there you see some fans. There's Phil Terry and his son PJ enjoying the action. I believe his job this week is as gate guard. A hello to a couple of folks watching the broadcast. Zachary Ross Simon out in Pittsburgh, sending best wishes to the crew. Kathy and Nelson Batesel, who would be here normally, and Ghislaine Paquette. We are happy you're with us. Little Brown Jug Day continues in just a moment.
Bow River has been designing Little Brown Jug jewelry for over a quarter of a century. Go to bowriverjewelry.com to see our limited edition 75th anniversary Little Brown Jug pin and 50th anniversary Jugette pin under the Little Brown Jug tab. Browse our Standardbred collection, Equestrian collection, and our expanded Equestrian Bridal collection. bowriverjewelry.com, original designs and quality you can trust.
Harris Hoosier Park invites you to an exclusive opportunity to bid on a 2021 breeding of the top 6 stallions in harness racing as part of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge. The breedings will be auctioned off at the 2020 Lexington Select Yearling Sale on October 6th at 6:45 p.m. at the Fazig-Tipton Sales Pavilion. All proceeds of the Breeders' Crown Charity Challenge will be donated to charity. Join us in person or bid online at www.lexingtonselected.com.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Gotta love that slogan. Own a little, love it a lot. Thestable.ca. Once again, there's another shot of the most famous building, I think, in all of harness racing, the log cabin on the backstretch here at the Delaware County Fairgrounds. That's the second level, and I've been out on that deck, and what a pleasant view that is to watch the racing action. You've been up there once or twice, right?
Yep, it's a great view. Great view. I stand corrected. Amy Holler is not on the backstretch at Northfield at a party. She is at home hosting, and the pictures she sent me, they were all socially distanced and had masks on. It looked like they were drinking Kool-Aid.
Way to go, guys.
Having fun. Good job.
Hey, Dave, Kathy Batesel, I heard you say her name. She sent me a question. Hey, Wendy, just curious, maybe you can find out, what does Dexter Dunn weigh? Not much. Even Hunter Myers' weigh is on Betting Info. Thanks. It's been a great week listening to the show and interviews. Be safe. Well, thank you, Kathy. And I would say it's not a ton.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Maybe
he is a very thin fellow.
$150.
Oh, maybe less
even
than that.
less than that.
He's very thin, but he's tall. He's got a little height to him. He's like 5'10".
Yeah,
So
normally Kathy and her husband Nelson would be sitting, not in the boxes right in front of us, but in that lower level. You know, so they're in the sun. They're sun folks.
Let's just
and they
ask,
own horses too. They race horses.
If anyone is hanging with Dexter, and you guys could just text me, and if you're hanging with him back there, just let me know. There's a group.
Is there a scale back there that he can step on?
No, but he can at least give an over/under what he does weigh.
Dave, years ago, that was always published in the program.
It was.
You would remember that, and there was an old
remember too.
Thought behind that on sloppier, muddy tracks that heavier drivers were at a disadvantage. That was the old rule. I don't know if do you remember that handicap?
I've heard it, but I didn't necessarily.
But
I don't care what size you are. It's the talent level that
between
matters.
The shafts.
well, that and the talent level of the hands, I guess, would be about the best way to say that.
Correct.
There you see the selections here for race number 9 here. Pretty unanimous across the board here.
I ventured down the backside today with the hope of seeing Chucky Sylvester. I found the horse. I found the truck. And unfortunately, Chucky did not make the trip. He sends his best to all of his Ohio friends. Chucky had a great career when he was here in Ohio, still having a great career. And I was hoping maybe he made the trip, but he didn't.
We didn't even see that much of him at the Meadowlands, if at all. He's pretty much camped out down in Florida, taking care of a family member.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, our best wishes. We hope he's watching.
Yes.
He has so many pleasant memories, like you said. Currently showing 4 minutes to post, so they'll be out onto the track in just a moment. There are, again, the selections, and it's pretty much a 1 with a combination of 4, 6, and you're on your own after that. The 1 being Arnold and Dickey. Trained by Chuck Sylvester, driven by Hall of Famer Dave Pallone. Shout out to co-owner Gil Short from Williamsburg, Virginia. He normally would be here with us. Got to see him last year at the Ashelman Camper on the final turn. I missed that so desperately. So if you're watching out there, Bob, big hello to you.
I wonder, I would guess this horse probably is named after some relatives, Arnold and Dick Stanley.
Okay.
First cousins of Chuck Sylvester, Arnold Stanley was part of the ownership of Raceway Park at one time.
That's great information, and I did not know any of that. So
is that right?
Yeah. Well, that's good.
That was how Mac Lobel ended up racing at Toledo Raceway Park. John Campbell flew in to drive. It was a packed house to watch it, and Mac Lobel obviously won the race.
Thank God.
I was there.
Mac Lobel, one of the all-time greats in our sport on the trotting side. Well, we've got some major stakes action coming up next. We've got 2-year-old Colton Gelding trotters. This is the standard bred